Okay, welcome to another Shop Talk. This is the second in the series on repairs to wood or wooden resin. In this case, I'm going to actually show you close up how I use this to repair, do some of the repairs on this table that I missed when I did the resin pour. You saw last week, if you didn't, there's a one on CA glues, absolutely phenomenal. This is the hot glue. The last one's going to be actually 2-part resin for the bigger holes. That will be next week. So this is not a sponsored video, but I do have a link for you guys. If you want to buy one of these guns or a setup, there's a link with a discount code. If you use the discount code link, I actually get a kickback. Manawood gets a kickback on the channel as well. Help me pay for some glue sticks, so that would be really cool. But let's dive straight in. You know me, I'm going to show you using this thing on this table, then I'll show you what you get in the box. This is the Pro version, by the way. This is another really good example. We're nearly finished on this table. We're right by the resin, which is up to about 800 grit. We don't want to start again. Most finishes, we've got a little mark here. So again, it's really hard to see on the camera, but let's try and zoom in. There you go. Little woodworm, cool little woodworm figurine. So we don't want to be dumping resin on that and then having to resand it too heavily. So with this system, we're going to go in here, we're going to flood that with the wood glue. Just push that down. Lift it away and then try and get this in one cool action if you can. Now, to be honest, that actually doesn't really need sanding, which is incredible. So this is even more. Going to this one, we're right on the edge. Another good example, we're right on the edge of the resin here. We've done all our hard work and our polishing. We've noticed this little mark we missed. We're going to go in a tiny bit here. There's a little mark there and there. You don't have to really rush because it's quite hot. This kind of aluminium iron instantly freezes it, if you like, cures it. Pull that off. I'm just going to cut that. So it doesn't really need any finishing. I'll probably just get like some 120 grit and just run it over, but it actually feels really, really smooth. So we're going to go, I'll just carry on doing that in any little, tiny little hole that I found. Even these little ones here, which you could normally use super glue on. Even if I use super glue, I'd have to come and I'd have to sand it. Now we're right on the edge of a resin join. I'm going to go in with that and that's done. By the time you polish that, the act of polishing would just give that the flat feel. Another little one here. Another little one there. Quite a big eye on this kit. This is the Pro kit, as I said. So get the bigger iron. I think in the other kit you get an iron about that big, or you could even use that. Just aluminium is the thing, really. Just go in, cut that off, cut that off. If you save all these offcuts, you can actually heat them up with a blowtorch, which I've tried in the bigger fills. That is without any sanding. Absolutely awesome. Look at that. Okay, so this is pretty classic. I've already applied my Odie's oil and I've just noticed that here there's a tiny bit of woodworm which I haven't put any filler in. Now traditionally there's nothing you can do really because you've already oiled it. What I'm going to do is put the wood repair in there, black, push it down hard, leave it to cool, push that down. I'm still in the polishing stages, so this is going to get polished eventually. But if you see here, that's now been filled. We'll leave that for a second. When we come over and buff, in a minute I'm going to buff over, and that's now been filled after it's been oiled, and it's in down deep in there. It's the perfect repair. Okay, so here's another example. This is the light here, some dark filler there, and this is the black. I really do like that with the oak. And you can actually, when you're extracting these into the silicone kind of little saver, you can extract some black and then mix it up, and you can actually have a multicolored coming out. It's quite a nice effect. Again, solid black there, going into the dark brown there. And that you can see there, that's got black and brown in it because it was mixed to give you that kind of pattern of colour, and some light there, black in the knot here. Really easy, very flat, not actually been sanded this. Okay, so what you get in the box, this is the Pro one. You get this cooling iron. So in the other pack, you get a smaller one of these. This is aluminium heatsink. Once you put it in, this not only pushes it into the crack or the hole, but this also instantly cools it ready to use. This is the cutter. This is absolutely awesome. You can use it for all sorts of stuff. It's a completely flat, really sharp, completely flat. It just doesn't scratch the tables or the furniture when you're doing it either. It's great. That's what cuts off the glue. You get a load of glue sticks, different colours, and they do other colours. I'm trying to get a grey and a silver, which looks really cool. I really do like the black. Now, one thing to remember, this glue gun, you can't pull the sticks back out. I'm not quite sure why, but you just can't. It will damage the mechanism. So sometimes if you've got a lot of stick left, you can cut it off there and you can pull this back section out. If you've still got glue in the gun, you get this cool little thing here. So what you do is you put this down and you pump whatever's left in the gun into here, and you make little mini glue sticks, and then you can put them back in the box and reuse them so you don't waste any of the glue. Okay, it is actually more than just a filler. This is actually a glue, and it is really quick and really strong. This is not very scientific, but I'm just going to show you here. Go on this end grain, put some of this glue, plenty on, runny, stick that on, no clamping. Just push that down, give it some pressure. We'll just wait a minute because we haven't been able to put on the aluminium heatsink to let it cure. We'll just give that a minute. Now, I've tried this before, and what I ended doing is actually tearing the grain out of this wood. This is a hardwood, so let's give that a second and we'll just give it a show. As I say, it's not scientific, but it's pretty much cured now. And that's really, really strong. Well, broke it in the end, but that's a really strong bond. It's actually damaged the grain on there. So I was thinking more for templating. You'd need to be something quick assemble because it really is a quick glue time, but there's loads of times when you're trying to put a quick template together like that, you usually use CA glue, but if you want something a bit thicker and a bit quicker, that's another option. I'm sure there's going to be loads of stuff I discover. I've not had this very long, but it's already my sort of go-to for definitely the late stage repairs in tables. I do love that black. It almost looks like a resin. And on the next video, I'll show you doing it with the resin. And it is really good even with a 5-minute resin. But if it's big fills, you're really leaving it for 12 hours minimum. Okay, that's it for this one. Now, I've not had this very long. I'm sure there's going to be like 101 uses. It's not just for filling. It's a really good instant grab as well. And when I get the different colours, I'll try and show you to them as things go forward. One of them looks quite a lot like the grey I use in the resin, which will be handy. And there's also sort of a clear. If you look on the website, you'll see there's this version, which is the Pro one, and then there's the cheaper version. You get different length sticks or whatever, and you can buy the sticks there. So thanks so much for watching. As always, if you do like the video, please subscribe and like it. It does really help the channel. Maybe leave a comment. And next week will be the resin repairs. I'll talk to you about a couple of different resins I use for similar type job. You just got the downside of having to cut it back, sand it back, or wait up to 12 hours for it to cure fully. But yeah, as always, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.